Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for sticking with me this far. Welcome to Signature Executive. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to cut a corset with this basque design. I'm going to put the video up here so you're supposed to see what the tutorial is going to be about. So please watch to the end. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and if you found this video helpful, watch my other videos. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can drop any comments you have, any questions you have. If you don't understand any part of the tutorial, you can ask questions. I'll always reply your questions. Like the video, share this video please, and get us to 500 subscribers. Thank you, and let's get into the video. After lining out my basic lines, my bust line, under bust, waistline, and the hip line, because this basque is going to be up to the hip line. It's going to be like a full length of top. I'm using 4 inches with my allowance. So I've marked the lines out already. I'm just trying to make my armhole, my shoulder measurements, and my neckline, connecting them together like we always do as usual, measuring the same 8 inches on the bust line to be sure of my line so it can be like very straight. So after that, the next step you're going to take is the nipple to nipple measurement. That is the next thing I'm taking now, which is 4.5 inches. You're going to take this all around, like from the waistline to the bust line and up to the full length also, because we're going to be using it on the full length too. So then you connect it together like this. So next thing is, after getting all this, we're going to measure our chest line also, how deep you want the chest to be, if you don't want it to be very exposing. So I took that too, and you extend your 4.5 also, extend into your chest line, and you connect. So now we've gotten to this level, and the next thing we're going to do is our normal 1 inch on both sides, where we do our normal bust here. 1 inch on both sides, 1 inch on the left, on the full length, that's the top length, on the waistline, and also on the under bust line. You take your 1 inch and you connect it together. And if it's not a full length, we're just going to be taking all this from the waistline, but because it's a full length top, we're taking it from the top length. So also on that chest line, you take the same 1 inch on both sides, 1 inch, then you come down from your bust line by 0.75 or 1 inch to make that curve, so it won't be too pointed, so it won't be too sharp. You just come down by 0.5 or 1 inch max, then you connect it like this, just the same way we do our bustier. I have a video on my channel on how to cut the bustier, princess darts, and all that, where you can, and also how to cut the corset, the 2 ways of cutting, easy method of cutting corset. So it's still like the same process, but this one is just like the basque cuffing and all that. So on this left side, we are going to take that middle part where we have where we put boning and all that middle part where the left and the right comes together. We're going to go up by 1.5 inch, because I don't want this top to be too exposing, so I'm taking it up by 1.5. You can make it 2, you cannot even take it at all. That is like a personal decision, but I'm taking by 1.5. And also for the gap we're going to be leaving there, you can make it big if you want. Some people like it big, some people like it small. If you take 0.75, that's like 1.5 gap. But if you take 0.5, because I'm cutting it on fold, 0.5 will give you 2. So it will give you 1, sorry. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be taking 0.5 because I don't like it too big. But some people, it depends on you. Anyone you like, you do it. But I'm taking 0.5 because when I cut it on fold, I'm cutting it on fold. When I open it, it's going to be 1 inch.
That is how I like it. And also you're still going to sew by the left and the right. So I think 0.5 and 0.75 is okay. It won't be too much. So the next step we're going to take is this part is 4 inches. You measure your bust line to your under bust. I have 4 inches, so I'll just be taking that same 4 inches at the side. That will make me know where to connect it from this your under bust. You're going to measure it, you're going to connect it to that 0.5 I took up, just like this. After measuring, because on the nose you're meant to measure like 0.5 round like this, but I don't want the pattern paper to be too congested, so I just like measured for this side 0. Sorry, take the measurement of your bust line to your under bust. Any number you get, it can, because depending on the size of the bust, it can be 3.5, it can be 4, any amount. You just take it here and you measure, then you connect it to that gap we took, that 0.5 or 0.75. I hope it is explanatory enough. Then for the left side, the same 4 inches, depends on the bust size. Some people can be 3.5 from your bust line to your under bust. The same 4 inches, I'm just trying to measure that 4 inches here, just for like illustration's sake. But I don't want the pattern paper to be too full, so that 4 inches, you can use a pencil to just mark it, so just to like help you understand better. So this is the 4 inches from this point for the left side. So because this side of the bust is always fuller than the other side, so we add 0.5 inch just because it is fuller, so you can have like enough space and your bust won't be too somehow. So also you connect that 4.5 because of the 0.5 we added. You connect it to this your under bust line also. The same way you did for the left, you did for the right. And we are getting there, we're almost done. Then from this bust line that we took at the top, you just connect it to that point. Simple. We're not done. You connect it to that point. This one too, you also connect it to this one. So now it is forming. We have our sides already. So the left and right, we have it settled down already, and the next thing we are going to do is to take our measurement. You're going to take your bust measurement divided by 4. I got 10.5 plus that 2 inches we borrowed, like the ones we took for the dart. You add it back, because whatever you borrow you have to pay it back. So that 2 inches you add it back to the 10.5, and also your 1.5 allowance, or 2 inches, anyone you take. At the waist too, the waist I'm using here will be 8 inches plus the 2 inches we borrowed, also return it back. Every allowance you take, you return it back, plus your 1.5. The same thing for the waistline, the same process. Please don't forget your allowance, it is very important. If not, you're going to have great problems when you are joining. So you just connect together, and this is how your corset should be looking. So for now we want to like take that curve that the style has. So I just cut out the pattern for like to make the draft look more explanatory and not confusing. So let me just cut out the neckline. For now I'm going to be cutting out this, but I actually forgot I wanted to make this tutorial kind of a 2-in-1 kind of thing. So I wanted to teach us how to make that 3-way or 3-part corset thing. So I'm going to like use paper tape to hold it. So now, just for illustration's sake, I want to add it to this tutorial, how to make that 3-part corset, the one that you have to join up the top part. So from the left side, you're going to measure 2 inches down. That's from like that 0.5, sorry, that opening we took. You measure 2 inches down. you measure 2 inches at this side also, and at the middle you measure 2 inches. So people measure 2.5, which is fine, but I'm using 2 inches. Then you connect it together. So when you cut out this one, you have to like cut it out again, like this up part. You have to cut it out again on another pattern paper, but we are going to get there. I'm just trying to give us spoilers or something like that. So we're going to get there. We have to join them together and cut out the dart. So when we finish cutting out the pattern itself, we'll go back to that one. Just stay and watch till the end. So I just cut this part out, and I'm going to place it on the other side, covering the dart, because I've not cut out the dart yet. I just want to make that cuff that we need for our bars, which is the main purpose of this tutorial in the first place. So you just cut this one out like this and pause there. Do not remove out the cup yet. Let us just cut out the cuff. So from this side, I'm going down by 1.5 inch for allowance, because I'll be adding a flare to this part of the corset. So for this opening, I'm going to be using like 4 inches. You can make it 3, you can make it pointed, you can make it anything you want. It is your choice. But for like this style I want to do, I am making it 4 inches, and this is, I'm cutting to unfold, so it is going to be 2. Because when I open the when I cut it out and open it, it's going to be 4, so it has to be 2 for now. So you just like make your curve to that 1.5 I took down at the waist. Then you connect it together from that 2 inches, which is going to be 4 inches when you cut it out, because this one is just one part of the cloth. It is going to be 4 inches. Then you cut out. So after cutting it out, this is how it should look like now. This is what you should be having. So the lines are connecting, the bars are already looking like what it's meant to look like, and the cups are out also. So now you can just drop this aside, or label it first, your side front and your center front. So for this side of the cup, that's the bust side. As we labeled it before, I said we're going to come back to it. Now we are back to it. So this place that we measured the 2 inches, we're going to cut it out. So this left is going to be the 2, the right is going to be 3. So this one's up, we're going to leave that one outside first, the one's down. So the one's up, we're just going to place it on another paper. These darts, you're going to join it together. So you like make. Now the darts that we did on the upper part, you just join it together, put it together and place on another pattern paper. Then you draft it out like this and you cut out. So this is going to be the up side for the balls. Then you just label it 1, 2 and 3. So the 2 is going to be on the left and on the 3 is going to be on the right. So this is how your pattern should look like. Now we're going to cut the back. It is the same thing for cutting front and back. It's just the 1 inch darts at the back, and then the back is not going to have this basket, just for the front. So the back is going to stop where the where the waistline ends. That is where the back length is going to end. So I'm just trying to trace it out with the front piece to get my dart point. I just pointed everything out like this, so we can have like the same accurate measurements to the front and the back. I marked down my zip allowance, I traced out all the dots and connected them together. So now, for now, I just came down by 1 inch at the back. I don't want it to be too straight, it should just slant a little bit so you can have like this beauty at the back. So I made my ½ inch dart on both sides to make it 1 inch. Connect your darts together, and that's all for the back. If you're not using a zip, you can also make it your, you're just trying to confirm the measurement, you can also make your loops and everything you want. So that's all for the back. You just cut it out. And then you label it, the center back and the side back. So this is all you need for this your basque top and your corset. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video and drop a comment